Lexie Hull breaks her silence on the Christie Sides firing. Let's talk about it. So recently, Lexie Hull was on the Ringer WNBA podcast with host Seerat Sohi, and she was asked how she felt about the Christie Sides firing. Let's go ahead and take a look at that clip.
How did you feel with the news that came down this weekend that Christie Sides has been let go? But like, it just seems like the way you guys navigated it as a team, like, was just kind of it seems like the best way you can do it. I wanted to ask you, like, with everything that you guys went through this season, like, was there how did you feel with the news that came down this weekend that Christie Sides has been let go?
I mean, it's hard. I think, like, in this profession, like, things just are so fluid and you never know what to expect. You never get comfortable. And I mean, heading into next year, this will be my 4th head coach in 4 years.
Brutal.
So just it's a crazy job. And I'm really sad for Christie. I think she's a great person, a great leader. Excited to see what she does in the future, and excited about where our new coach will take us. So yeah, it's unfortunate. And it's, I mean, looking at the league, 7 teams with new head coaches, that's an insane statistic. Like, the teams are going to look so different and they're going to play different. So it's exciting future for the league, but it's also like, it's sad to see that some eras are ending.
The Fever haven't had a coach last longer than 3 years since Lynn Dunn. And remember, Lynn Dunn is who took Indiana Fever to the championships and won in 2012 with superstars Tamika Catchings and assistant head coach Stephanie White. That's right, Stephanie White. We're going to be talking about that soon. But think about it. Since Lynn Dunn, Indiana hasn't had a head coach in that position for longer than 3 years. So after Lynn Dunn, Pokey Chapman came in, coached for 3 years with a record of 28-74. So definitely, coming in after Lynn Dunn, winning at championships, obviously the organization's going to look at that and be like, okay, it's time for us to move on, which was heartbreaking for Chapman, right? Because she was just coming off of coaching the Sky for 6 years, and that was a 500 team. So, man, coming from a fairly decent winning organization and then coming over to Indiana, I'm sure for Chapman, it was probably a little heartbreaking, right? 2 years, didn't find the success, and then they let you go, only to be replaced by Marianne Stanley. She coached for 2.5 seasons and went 14-49. Oh my God, 14-49 before getting replaced in her 3rd year with interim head coach Carlos Knox, who didn't even get the opportunity to be the head coach in the following year. Which is like crazy, right? Because who did we get after that? That's right, the situation we're in now, right? With Christie Sides. We got Christie Sides. She had a lackluster first year, even with Aaliyah Boston, the unanimous Roddy. She went 2 years and her record was 33-47. And that's with Caitlin Clark. In this season, they went 20-20. So, man, it's been rough for Indiana, over the past few years. And to hear Lexie Hull say this is her 4th head coach in 4 years, it just sounds like a drag. I mean? It's like, I can only imagine how difficult it is to have 4 different coaches in 4 years. That's like having a new manager every year, right? Every manager got their own way of doing things. Their different expectations and different styles of coaching and mentoring. So, I mean, for young players, that is a difficult situation to be in, man. Especially when you're in an organization that's struggling and is underperforming. So I'm 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 happy for Indiana, but also sad at the same time that they've been in this situation. They got some really good players, and they hadn't had a coach that's really been up to par to push them in the direction that Lynn Dunn once had them. So yeah, man. We'll be talking about Stephanie White in the next video though, because I just seen some news drop. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm Frankie Fingers, your host of the Vibe Sports Talk, and we'll be seeing you guys later, man. Peace.